There are new song endings. Cynthia Erivo is doing somersaults in the air while singing Defying Gravity, and Fiero's British. There's a lot to unpack in this movie. Hey guys, it's Jess, and this week's video is going to be all about the new Wicked film. I saw it last week, and like many other theatre kids, I spent most of the time crying. Wicked was my favourite show growing up, so this is going to be a completely honest review. Warning, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen the film yet, pause, go away, go and watch the film, click on YouTube, come back, watch it then. There were honestly so many parts of this movie that in my eyes were perfection, and the first of those things I want to talk about is Miss Ariana Grande. This woman is the epitome of working on your craft so that you can perform to the highest of your abilities in whatever job you're doing at that time. I found her hilarious, and I was always drawn to her when she was on screen. She just was Glinda. Also, her vocal choices were fucking perfect. She stayed true to the operatic feel of the original score, but she also kept it interesting. And every flourish, riff, or melody change that she did was so classy. And even added to the songs for me. And I'm a true fan of the original Broadway score, so that's saying a lot. Always my thing with adding flourishes to musical theatre songs is you just can't do it unless it adds to the song. Unless it's conveying an emotion or it's conveying an action, it can't be self-indulgent. And I feel like every decision she made vocally in this role added to the character, and it served the story and it served her acting, and it was gorgeous. Popular was the best song in the movie for me. I said it. Sorry, Defying Gravity. Love you. But Popular was so fucking good. The chemistry between Cynthia and Ariana, the vocal choices, the instead of doing who you were, well, are. It adds to it. Ariana's acting and her bloody kicking her leg up to her ear while she's singing live. Sustained notes as well. La, 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 la. Wild. It also has a new ending, which I love. Everything about it was just so fun to watch. And the skill it would have taken to do, I was just blown away. Next, obviously, we have to talk about Miss Cynthia Erivo herself. I've been a fan of her for forever. So I was very excited when I heard she was playing the role. And she delivers in this role. The vocals are obviously insane. Everybody knows how amazing Cynthia Erivo is vocally. But the way she makes you connect with her is so authentic. She manages to quite literally reach through the screen and rip your heart to pieces several times in the film. To be honest, the entire casting was just spot on. Jonathan Bailey as Fiero was so funny. And his vocals as well. What did he do? I gotta find it. Hold on. Less shallow. I'd say why invite stressing, but I'd say why invite stressing. It was beautiful. Jeff Goldblum as the wizard, also amazing. The whole cast was perfect. Jonathan also plays Fiero British, which I loved. It's giving posh twat vibes, which honestly really suits the character when you first meet him. The only way I can describe it is as though he's transferred to Shiz from some grammar school where he used to play water polo and his best friend's name was Digby. Point is, it leaves loads of room for us to watch the character develop and become more endearing and layered as the story goes on. I need to talk about the choreography in What Is This Feeling? I mean, the dancers in this whole film are phenomenal, and Lord knows they would have been busting their asses long old days getting those shots. The What Is This Feeling scene is so engaging. All of the school and the canteen stuff, just super fun to watch. Staying on the topic of scenes, one of my favorites in the entire film was the Ozdust ballroom scene. When Glinda joins Elphaba to dance, I lost it. That was it for me. It was over. It was over for everyone, let's be real. I don't even think they were acting. I think they were just being themselves because it was so authentic. I can't think about it. It's a lot. I think it's just everybody in the world has experienced that feeling of being alone and feeling like you don't belong, right? So when you watch this scene, it just hits you in the gut. It was truly beautifully directed by John Chu, and Cynthia and Ariana were just gorgeous. Okay, the costumes in this movie are ridiculously good. There was not a hair out of place. Two of my favorites were Glinda's pink dress in No One Warns the Wicked and Elphaba's trouser/skirt shiz uniform. It was so modern, but still in keeping with the show. It was great. There's obviously been loads of talk about Defying Gravity, and I can confirm it is as breathtaking as everybody is saying. They even put what felt like a Hollywood action scene just before it. When Elphaba's trying to escape, when she finds out that the wizard wants to strip the animals of their rights to speak and essentially demonize them, Glinda and Elphaba try to escape on a hot air balloon, but the flying monkeys catch up with them and close the roof as they're going up. It's all very intense and extremely engaging. Defying Gravity as a whole is really touching. Cynthia grows vocally so much throughout it, taking us on a complete emotional journey. She did a melody change on Kiss Me Goodbye, I'm defying gravity. Beautiful. It was so good. I keeled over at that moment. Then there's the fall. I won't say too much because you have to go and experience it for yourself. But if you've seen the movie, you know how much of a moment the fall is. The song then ends with the iconic big note. Right? And Cynthia changed it to make it hers, and she added a riff to it, which at first I was really skeptical of, just because I was worried that it was going to be too riffy. But my God, when she opens her throat and the rasp is crazy. Feel the need to also acknowledge that Stephen Schwartz is a musical genius. Watching this film made me go back and listen through the entire Broadway soundtrack, and every song is a banger. I think he was super ahead of his time in that he put hooks in every single song, which meant that he never alienated the listener, and you can always remember it and feel like it's an earworm and feel like you can sing along. It was still full of traditional, classy musical choices. I think sometimes when movie musicals take a song from a show and put it on screen, it can sometimes lose a little bit of its heart and power. But this film just did not do that at all. It felt completely true to the show and not like it was trying to fit into a commercial market. And yet still is taken over the commercial market. So finally, Cynthia and Ariana have confirmed that they are singing live, which I just have mad respect for. It is not easy to do that on a set when they're doing some of the things that they're doing, and probably so many times for days on end. It would not have been easy at all. And it's completely unforgiving on film. If you're watching someone sing live, you're very aware of the fact they're singing live. On film, you're expecting it to sound polished. So you're even more tuned in to every single tiny detail of their vocals because you're expecting it to be spot on because it's on a screen. They've been open about how much they really wanted to do this as close to the West End and Broadway performers that have done these roles before and do it as close to how they've done it as possible. Plus, by not using a click track, they give themselves the freedom to make choices on the spot, in the scene, in situ, on set, depending on how it feels in the moment. And this really shows when watching the film. It feels very true. It feels like they're singing in the room, because they are. And they still sound fucking pitch perfect. So anyway, I give the whole movie a pretty glowing review. Not that anyone asked. I think that there will be a lot of theatre kids who watch this film and feel seen and feel inspired, and that makes me very happy. Thanks for watching, guys, and let me know what you thought of Wicked in the comments section, and I will see you next time. Mwah.